Hey guys, so today I'm just gonna do like a get ready with me, even though I have no place to go, but hey, whatever. It's a chill, whatever, get ready with me while I chit chat about my little life or whatever. So yeah, just keep on watching. And I know y'all see my hair different. Don't worry, y'all gonna see this. Hopefully y'all see the hair video. Y'all probably see the hair video first and then y'all see, you know, this. So yeah. I just put a headband on just to kind of push it back off my face, but this is crochet, so yeah. First things first, I'm gonna start with primer. Anyway, so if you guys seen my video where I said that I just started working, I found a job. Well, I got a job, got hired for a job, and yeah, so a little update on that, y'all. I actually like it. Like, I know that sounds bad to say I actually like it, but you know how like y'all, if you in the workforce right now or just in general, y'all, like y'all know, like sometimes you just have a job that's a job, and sometimes you have like a place that you actually don't mind getting up and going to, you know. And I'm like, I actually like where I work at, just because if you saw that video, then you heard me say that it is a women and children shelter, and basically, you know, we just help them with resources, help them get back on their feet. You know, it is like a short-term situation, so it's not like they can live there forever, but I mean, we're not gonna just kick them out, you know, unless like, you know, a situation occur where there is some people that have to get discharged from the program. Like basically people who are not willing to put forth any effort, those are usually the people that don't make it through the program. But for the most part, you know, it's set up to help women get back on their feet, and that they pretty much, you know, won't find themselves in that situation again. So yeah, I typically work like on the weekends, so yeah, which is fine for me because y'all know I ain't got no life anyway, so whatever. But yeah, so right now I'm about to set my brows with a 24-hour brow. But yeah, everybody there is like super genuine, super nice, and I like that. Like it's just good energy there, like it's good vibes. So like I said, so I just set my brows. I'm not gonna go too crazy with the brows. I'm not gonna fill them, like clean them up as much, just because my hair does kind of cover up my bangs, so you know that's kind of like a cheat way on doing your brows. But anyway, I'm about to just fill it with this pencil. But yeah, everybody that I work with, like everybody just was kind of like just real people, like, you know, everybody was like communicative, you know, they could tell they really wanted me to kind of like, you know, get a good sense of like, you know, hey, this is what we do here, like, you know, I don't know, I just feel like everybody just was genuine, you know, like no one made me feel like, oh my god, like everybody was like really nice, really helpful. And then too, what I like was it seemed like really family like. I mean, in that type of setting, you do kind of have to be like a family because you're around each other all day, so it's like you need to kind of feel like, okay, you got my back, because at the end of the day, like we have to help other families, so you kind of got to have like that helpful spirit to kind of work there, you know what I mean? And I'm all about that unity. But yeah, then too guys, I got to be with kids, and like, oh my gosh, those kids were just, they were like little angels. I mean, it was a couple of kids that I'm like, just give me 5 minutes with you, but for the most part, like those kids were just little, they were just so sweet, y'all. Like I just was like so in love, you know, like, you know. And a lot of the moms there, you know, you could tell some of them are just kind of young moms, and even with their way of thinking is sometimes you can see like, okay, yeah, your lifestyle or the way you were brought up, you could just tell like some of them kind of just need like that extra guidance, you know. But for the most part, I mean, everything was pretty much good. I mean, I can't say that I have any complaints with the job. And then the main selling point for me, y'all know I'm a foodie, y'all. They got like so it's like a person that cooks or whatever, so like all the meals there, like you're free to have food, you know, free foods, you know. They have like this big kitchen with a whole bunch of groceries and stuff like that, and you know, you pretty much can like, it's like all you can eat, so whatever you want in there, it's fair game. So I'm like, yes, you told me I ain't gotta bring my own lunch. Love that. So it was pretty freaking awesome. So job, all for it, really like it. Sorry y'all, I'm drinking iced chai latte. If you see my vlog, you know that's my thing. So I've been going to the gym for like a little minute now. I'll say about a month. It's been about a month since I've been going to the gym, And you know, I've really been getting it. Like, I really am proud of myself. Like, I've been consistent, I've been working out. Plus, y'all probably see that I'm gonna have a video dropping soon with my jump rope challenge. I don't want to say too much because I want you to watch that video, but just know, y'all, jump roping is no freaking joke. It's nothing like how it was when we were little. Like, that is for the birds. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you want a full body workout to sweat and to drop a good bit of calories? Get your butt a jump rope. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. After like 5 jumps, I'm like, like dying. So yeah, I'm telling y'all, that thing was no joke. So I'm gonna drop that video soon of me doing a jump rope challenge. But as also while doing that, you know, because it's not just working out. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the saying or heard people say that it's literally what, 80% what you eat, and then the rest is like, you know, what you do. The 20% is in, you know, working out and stuff. So like, I did kind of change up my eating habits. I mean, today I kind of went OD. I should have got a grande, because the thing is, I don't want to deprive myself of the stuff I like, because, you know, when you deprive yourself, that's when you basically just throw everything that you're trying to accomplish out the window. So I don't necessarily want to deprive myself of things, but I also want to, you know, be more mindful of what I'm eating. So like, I'm really looking at not so much of, well, calories too, but more so looking at the sodium intake, because I recently found out that I do have high blood pressure. So I gotta be mindful of my sodium intake. And you know, y'all already know, in the African American community, that's always kind of like a thing. Like, gotta be careful with your blood pressure, you know, your sugar intake. So I've been kind of watching that. Another thing is like portion control. That's the main thing. So like, you know, sometimes you be eating because it's good, and that's what I do. Like, sometimes I'll be eating something and it's like, I could be full, y'all. Like, I literally could be full, but it's like, since it tastes good, guess what I'm doing? Still eating. So now I'm listening to my body, and it's like, okay, I don't have to clean everything off of my plate, you know. And two, what I do is I try to put a smaller amount of food on my plate. Then if I'm like dying hungry, but if I'm content, stop. But if I'm like, oh my god, I need a little bit more, I'll give myself a little bit more. Plus, I'm eating way more veggies now, because before, the only thing I would eat is corn. Like sweet corn at that. And then, you know, people were telling me like, Tigger, you know, corn is a starch. That ain't even like a real vegetable. And I'm like, oh, word? Did not know that. So, you know, I'm trying to like, you know, change it up a bit, trying to get my life together. So yeah, I'm doing that. So I'm kind of proud of myself, just because it's like, I usually don't stick with it, or I'd be like, oh, this is too hard. But you know, I'm trying to make a difference. Like, I'm really trying to, because you know, I can't have Charlie growing up without a mother. So I definitely say, like, if you guys are trying to get back out there, start small. Like, because I think for me, I was trying to do too much too soon, and it kind of made me like, my body is like, whoa, what are you doing to us, you know? So I would definitely say, you know, make sure that you kind of take it easy. So I would say start with walking. I mean, only thing you need is pretty much 30 minutes a day of activity. That's what I'm learning. So y'all already know, I'm kind of like to myself, you know, I'm not married, none of that type of stuff. So, you know, my friends and my family, like, they're all like, oh, you need to put yourself out there, like, you know, ain't nobody gonna find you in your house, da 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 da. So okay, you know, somebody, you know, a guy asked me for my number, okay, and I was a little hesitant, just because one, I'm like, I mean, contrary to popular belief, I'm very shy, y'all. I'm so shy. So I'm kind of shy, and like, you know, I'm just like, whatever. He wasn't the cutest. I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't that cute. He wasn't ugly, but he wasn't that cute. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But he was nice, and he smelled good. And if y'all saw I think it's my get to know me video, and you know that I said that if you smell good, if you a guy that smell good, then I like that. You know, I like that. I like that real good. I like that. So anyway, so he smelled really, really good. So I'm just like, okay, let me give him my number. So I give him my number, and y'all, soon as I leave, because it was at Best Buy, I'll say that, we was at Best Buy, and you know, he texts me immediately like, it was so nice to meet you, like I can't wait to get to know you, blah 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 blah. So I'm just like, oh shoot, okay, like this could be promising, because you know how like typically, you know, guys or whatever, they just try to be like that coolness, like,
oh, I'm gonna wait like, you know, 10 business days before I hit shorty up.
Like, no, but to have like a man be like, you know what, I like that and I'm gonna hit you up immediately. So I kind of was like, okay, this might be promising, you know? So, you know, he texts me, you know, so I, you know, shoot him a text back, because, you know, mama ain't raised me to be rude. You know, if you speaking to me, I'm gonna speak back. So then I replied back and I just was like, you know, nice meeting you too. You know, basically just replying back to what he said, like, can't wait to link up, da 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 da. And he was just like, yeah, if you need any help as far as like, you know, my camera and stuff, because he's good with technology, he's like, you know, definitely don't hesitate to ask. And I'm just like, okay, cool. So then, all right, so that same day, y'all, he calls me. So later on that night, he calls me, and you know, I picked up, you know, we talked for a little bit, and then he rushes me off the phone. It was like, we're like, I mean, not even like 2 seconds. It was like, oh, what's your name, da da da. And he rushes, he's like, oh, I'll call you back. I'm like, okay. Before I can even say anything else, click. Like, yo, that's suspicious, you know, like, and but you know me, because like sometimes I can be guarded. So I was like, you know what, let me not be so guarded, let me just, you know, let me get a benefit out, maybe something happened. So then didn't hear from him. Then the next morning he hit me up and he's like, good morning, beautiful, how did you, hope you slept well, da 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 da. And I'm just like, okay, I ain't trying to be like I'm needy or anything, but this is me thinking, y'all, I'm just like, okay, what happened to you said you're gonna call me back? Like, how we go from I call you back to now you rushing you back on the phone? Like, it was just weird, y'all. It was just really, really weird. So then I'm like, okay, like, let me not dig too much into it. So I just was like, oh, I slept fine, you know, you have a good day, and da 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 da. He just kind of like was like, yeah, hope you slept well, da da da. And I'm like, okay, what are your plans for today? No response. So I'm just like, okay, you know. Then like no response all day, no reply to my text, none of that. Next day, good morning, beautiful, how did you sleep? Like, hopefully you had a good day yesterday, and you know, can't wait to talk to you, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, you never called me back, never responded to my text the day before, but then you're sending me a good morning message like as if you did not follow up. So that's, I'm like, so is that what people do now? Like, they text you just good morning? And then I'm just thinking too, like, you can text anybody good morning. But then once again, I'm like, okay, Tika, let's not rule this person out, because in my mind, you got a family, you got something going on, you being sneaky, you know, like, it's really suspicious. Like, that's suspicious, like, you know. So then responded back, you know. I think by this point I'm getting annoyed, so I just was like, I think he responded, said good morning. I literally just hit him with the GM. Like, I ain't even gonna type it out, GM, you know. So then he's like, oh, is everything okay? And I'm like, and I'm shocked, because I'm like, oh, you actually responded, you know. I was just like, well, I just think it's weird, like you said you was gonna call me back, you never did, and then no, you only text me good morning and that's it. So then I'm like, you know, and he just was like, oh, you know, sorry about that. That was it. The next, like, and I kid y'all not, like, I promise you I cannot make this up. Then the next day, you text me again, good morning, beautiful. So by this point, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I snapped. But I did it respectfully. I did it in a way not to like even sound needy or anything, but to more so just be like, okay, what's really going on? Like, how you say you want to get to know somebody and all this other stuff, but then you don't really try to pursue them. Like, it's more so like you just want to hit me good morning. If you want to be a good morning dude, that's totally fine. Be a good morning person. That's okay. But don't take me out of that good morning rotation. You feel me? Like, don't have me in that same category as these other chicks. Like, I'm good on you. And then too is like, you know, you're older than me. Like, not saying that, okay, older guys gotta have their stuff together, but I would think so. You have yourself together a little bit, just a tad. So then I had to like, so then that's when I responded with like, basically, you know what, I don't know what you got going on. I don't care what you got going on. You know, if you really want to get to know somebody, the way of getting to know somebody is communicating, following up. If someone asks you an open-ended question, you respond. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, or if you really don't want to get to know me, then let that your intentions be known and move on. You know what I'm saying? So then, y'all, he calls me. And me, like, I'm the type of person, once I say what I say, that's it. Ain't no explanation at that point. So he kept calling me, blowing me up. That's I'm like, why are you blowing me up? So then that's when my best friend, hey Toon. So my best friend was like, girl, just see what he want. Just hear him out, you know. She's always been my voice of reason. So I'm like, all right, girl, I'll see what this boy want. So then that's when I answered the phone and he was like, good morning. And I was like, good morning. So, and I was about to go in. And he was like, hold on. Before you chop my head off, please hear me out. And then this is where I feel as though the lies begin, okay? So he's like, my grandmother had a stroke and she was in the hospital. So I had to take her to the hospital. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm like thinking too, like, okay, hypothetical. Let's say he is telling the truth. Maybe his grandma did go to the hospital, okay? Even if she did go to the hospital, why couldn't you communicate that, you know? Like, why couldn't you just say, my granny's in the hospital? And then two, if she really was in the hospital, how you still was able to say good morning? Like, you still text me good morning, you just never say anything else. So, you know what I mean? So I'm just thinking at that point, like, are you playing me? Are you being serious? And I was just like, okay. I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She all right? And then, he was like, oh, she's fine now. And I'm just like, how is she fine now? Like, if an older person, even a young person, if someone has a stroke last night, you know, I do believe the Lord can work mysterious ways, but how is she fine and out of the hospital that fast? Like, what she got, and then even if so, like, this went on for 3 days at a time, like you texting me good morning and nothing else. So like, when did she go in the hospital? And then you said she went into the hospital last night, but she's already out. Keep in mind, y'all, he called me like at 9 in the morning. So we're on the phone at 9 in the morning. So if she went to the hospital last night, even if she went to the hospital like, I don't know, 6 p.m., 5 p.m., whatever, there's no way they discharging her in the middle of the night. An older person with a stroke in the middle of a pandemic. Like, am I being crazy, y'all? Or is this story sounding crazy? So then he was just like, so at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you ramble on with your lies, right? So then that's when he's just like, yeah. So I was like, so you live with your like, no, he said something about his mom. Yeah, his mom works nights. She's a brain surgeon. I asked what hospital, y'all. Still didn't get a response back. He said his mom is a brain surgeon. I'm like, I don't know any brain surgeons that work overnight, because brain surgery, unless she's working in like a trauma unit, you gotta schedule a brain surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not just something like all of a sudden somebody comes in like, hey, you know, unless she's an ER doctor, you know? So that's something like, does she work in the ER? And then it's like, no. So I gotta watch my grandma at night. So that's, I'm like, oh, they live with you? And he was like, no, they don't live with me, but you know, I just help out. Like, she just drops her off. So I'm like, so your mom drops your grandma off every single morning so that you can watch her, but you also work during the day because you're a district manager for Best Buy. I'm like, and I'm just like, I told him flat out, I said, you know what, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but this sounds like bull. You know, I was like, this sounds like some bull. And he was just like, no, like, I promise you, like, I wouldn't lie. I have no reason to lie to you. And I'm like, I mean, you don't have a reason to lie to me, but that ain't gonna stop you from doing it, not is you? And that's when he's just like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. So I'm like, okay. So I get to know him, like, you know, he still just he calls himself just trying to tell me about his life. Like, oh, well, you know, I have a kid. I have 2 kids. You know, I'm not with either of the mothers. And according to him, all the baby mothers cheated on him. Like, he wasn't a problem at all. He was a good, hardworking man, as he put it, and they just cheated on him. So I'm like, okay. And I'm not saying men can't can get cheated on. Don't get me wrong, men can get cheated on. But I believe like it's always some type of like, what was the underlying issue? Like, were you like emotionally unavailable? Were you, you know, physically unavailable? Like what went on in that relationship for you to just been cheated on twice? But you clearly was cool enough to have a baby with, you know what I'm saying? And as you guys can see nowadays, just generation we live in, it's like you could be a baby mama, but most of the time you don't become the wife. Like, you know, and it's no shade to that. Like, I'm not shading you or anything, but I'm just saying like these guys, you know, want to put a baby in you, but they don't want to put a ring on you. You know what I'm saying? So I guess us as women have to tell them, no, like I'm not, like what Nicki Minaj said, not spitting on his baby till I get the rock. Like, no, I'm not going to do that, because if you feel the need that you could share 18 years with me to raise this child, you know, and I'm like, you did this twice, 2 women, you know what I'm saying? And then for you to say the second woman, like you really didn't want to be with her, but you had a baby with her though. So clearly she was cool enough to have. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that, whatever, we're gonna let that slide. So then, you know, in the midst of him talking, I was like, oh, how's your granny doing? Like, if she has to go for a follow-up or anything? Oh no, she said that she don't want to go back. She just told me to come get her. I was like, you know what, this boy is lying through his goddamn on teeth. Like, your grandma went no dang on hospital. Like, why is you lying? Like, why are you lying, you know? Like, oh my gosh, why is you lying? Y'all, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm literally just picking up colors and just blending them out. So anyway, so I'm just letting him ramble on about nothing, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out with him. Me, I'm the type of person, when I see that you full of, I kind of block you out and mentally. So then he, you know, he just kept talking about his life, and I'm just like, you know, how he's originally from Jamaica, and then he came here, he was raised by his grandmother, and then he came here, and then, you know, he just been working, and then he was talking about all the jobs he worked or whatever, and I'm just like, you know, did you go to school? Did you whatever? And he said that he went to, you know, of course he went to high school or whatever, but he went straight into the workforce. But I'm like, all these jobs that he's had, I'm like, what's the timeline? Because it's like, it's no way you worked all these different places. Like, and I feel like he was trying to like make himself sound good, because then he asked me, you know, what do I do? And I was like, well, prior to me, you know, working at this shelter, like I worked at a counseling services, you know, for people who might have gotten in trouble with the law, blah 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 blah. And he was like, oh wow, you know, that's, you know, you seem like you really are helpful and nice. And I was just like, yeah, you know, like I just, you know, I believe in like helping out the underdogs, or like just giving people that information to do better with their life, you know. So I'm like, I'm here for that, you know. So he was like, yeah, I could just tell like you're a good woman and I would love to be with you, blah 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 blah, and you know, you're the type of woman that, you know, you can have a future with, da 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 da, you know, just trying to like gas me up. And by this point I'm just like, I do not want, like, no, I cannot see any future with somebody that I can't get a straight answer from. Like, okay, I don't hear from you, then all of a sudden when I tell you I'm about to block you, you call me, and then now I'm supposed to be cool with everything that's happening? No sir, no sir. Okay, then you then once again, you know, so that's, I'm like, I'm about to, at this point I'm done with hearing all his little lies and stuff. So at this point I'm just like, I was about to go in, what school you go to, you know, how, like, you know, like, are you a, because he said you a citizen, you know, when did you become a citizen, or are you a permanent resident? Like, you know, because you hear it all the time, foreigners, you know, some foreign guys, they try to use American girls to get citizenship. So I want to know, like, at this point, like, will I have to apply for you to be a citizen? You know, like, you know, are you trying to use me for something else, or are you trying to get your cousins over here? Like, you know, what's up? Like, do you live with your mama? Are you still at your mom's house? Like, do your girl live here? Like, you know, just certain stuff just wasn't adding up. Because, you know, even the stuff you tell me about your baby mamas, like, they sound crazy. And then it's like, sometimes I notice that guys try to make, you know, they baby mama sound crazy, when guess what, they're the problem, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, I'm not trusting you. Like, I'm not even about to rock with you like that. So then I'm about to really dig in at, you know, I'm about to dig in. Oh, I gotta go, I gotta call you back, And guess what? Yep, you guessed it, he did not call me back. And I was just like, you know what, I'm over this. I am so over this. So at this point, I already told my best friend. She was just like, yeah, Tika, this just doesn't sound right. She was like, well, maybe he'll, you know. I said, girl, maybe the devil is a liar, okay? Because at this point, no, that was my little brief story time. And it sucks, y'all, because it's like I told my best friend, I was like, I really was trying. I was really trying to be nice. I was trying to be open, you know, like trying to like give people the benefit of the doubt, you know, put myself out there. But this is why I stay in my bubble, because like, you know, the dating market is just like so weird. Like, you pursued me. I didn't ask you for your number. You asked me for my number. You asked me for my number. And then all of a sudden you just like, I don't even know what to call that. Like, you can't even say we were talking. Like, we didn't even have like a real conversation where like, you know, nor did you really ask me anything about myself. Like, you just asked me what I did for a living, like, do I have a job and stuff, but you didn't ask me anything like, oh, you know, like small stuff, like what's my birthday, like are my parents alive. Like, you didn't ask me anything about myself. And I'm just like, because why? You did not care. You didn't really want to get to know me, you know. And then too, I think that he's probably juggling other women too, because it's like okay, well, I'm gonna talk to this girl during the day, I'm gonna talk to this girl at night, like I'm gonna just, you know, talk to all these different people. And it's like, like, go ahead with that, because the thing is, I'm not that dang on desperate to be talking to anybody. Like, I'm one of those people, I'm cool by myself, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm really cool by myself. So I feel like if I'm allowing you to talk to me, be in my space, like, you need to show me that, hey, I'm making the right decision by having you a part of my situation, my life or whatever, because I'm not about to be dealing with no drama, like, or dealing with lies, or having to figure out like, oh my God, is he gonna call me back? Or figure out, oh my God, it's too many holes in your stories. Like, I wouldn't even know what's true or not. It's like, dang, I gotta decipher everything on my own. Like, I would need to decipher everything on my own. Oh, I kind of matched my dress a little bit, even though this is not the dress I'm gonna be wearing. Just like my little house thrown dress, y'all. You know, I went on bra. So yeah, so like, I don't know. I'm just like, here I am trying to give people a chance, and you blew it. You blew it. But is that gonna stop me from like put myself out there and talking to people? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, if I see a red flag, and you know, I'm definitely gonna be like, whoa, hold on. You know, like, I'm not giving nobody benefit of doubt. You know, like, life is too short, time is too precious. Be wasting it on somebody who don't value you, or at least don't, you know, care enough to be honest. Like, if you got a situation, like, I know you probably not gonna outwardly say, hey, I got a situation, but don't waste people's time, you know. That go for men and women. Like, don't waste people's time. If you have no intentions of being with that person for real, or talking to that person, or giving them, you know, the time, love, and effort that they need, don't do it. 'Cause I just feel like that's messed up, you know what I mean? Like, that's so messed up. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So it's safe to say, blocked him. Comment down below if y'all have experienced that, like, you know, just dealing with, you know, somebody basically trying to pursue you, but really on the foolishness, you know. Like, I just think it's not right, you know, like, to just waste people's time like that. Like, and I think he probably was like, oh, this girl ain't no dummy. Oh, she might could figure my scam out, or figure me out a little bit, so let me fall back. That's what I think. I honestly feel like he probably was intimidated by the fact that I'm just not gonna take what you say. I've never been that type of person to take what anybody says. Like, I always kind of like my own research, march to my own beat type of thing. Like I was saying, you know, basically just protect yourself, protect your space, protect your energy. You know, just because, you know, people, like, everybody's intentions are not genuine, you know what I mean? And you just don't want to let everybody into your life, especially me. Like, I'm on my, you know, I'm on this journey of like just living a better overall life. And like, when I tell y'all, I'm like cutting out all type of foolishness. Like, I'm not playing, y'all. Like, if I feel like, when I feel the slightest, like, you trying to be, you doing too much, or you playing me, or you acting shady or whatever, I'm not dealing with it at all. It goes for friends, family, you know, potential lover, you know, all of that, because like, ain't nobody got time to deal with that, like, at all. And two, like, I don't like drama. Like, I'm so anti-drama. Like, I really don't. If I gotta cuss you out and carry on, that's too much. I don't need to deal with you. I don't. Cause anything to get me to start acting out, I gotta cut you loose. because ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, this eye look is giving me like a, I don't know. I don't know what type of look it's giving, but I like it. It's different for sure. But this is what happens when I don't have nothing set in mind. I'm just wanting to ramble, but I also don't do my makeup because I haven't done my makeup in a long time. Update. So if you guys watch my U-Haul video, that video where I had the under eye cream and the Tula sunblock, love that sunblock, y'all. That thing had my skin glowing for real, like it really do. Like I really do like that. Like that I would definitely recommend to get that Tula. I think it's like, it is like $22 or $23, but it's worth it because a little of it goes a long way. So I know I'm gonna have that for a little bit. Ordinary eye cream with the caffeine in it, I do see a difference in my under eye. Like they're a lot brighter. Like it's looking more even now. Like up in this area, it looks so much more even, and I'm so happy about that. Of course, I still got my fine lines or whatever. Mom think I'm tripping. She's like, you ain't got no fine lines. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I definitely have fine lines, you know. And I feel like everybody, you know, to a certain extent has like some type of line under their eyes. But other than that, I mean, that's just genetics. That's just whatever. Like, it's cool. All right, so I changed clothes. Well, my little dress. I feel like this kind of goes with the eye look a little bit, so I kind of was like, yes. Y'all know I love good shoulder. I love good shoulder, especially since it's spring, summertime. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna top off my lips. I'm not even going to like really, you know, put anything on. I'm just gonna take my little brush, my foundation brush, to kind of just, you know, lips kind of flesh tone, and then I'm just gonna take my ColourPop, y'all. Like I said in that video, it really did not make my lips juicier, but it did. It's a good gloss. So I'm just gonna do like a good old neutral gloss. This is the completed look. Hope you guys like my little ramble session, and I'll keep coming with more ramble sessions if you like, so tell me if you like. And also, if you like this hair, let me know, y'all. This is gonna be my go-to, like crochet hair all 2021 summer, whatever, till my hair grow out, and then I'm going to get me some faux locks. And yeah, well, I'm probably gonna do it myself because y'all know I don't believe in getting somebody else to do stuff that I could do myself, even if it turns out okay. But I feel like it's gonna turn out good. So yeah, once my hair grow out, then I'm gonna do that style. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, have a good one. Bye.